record. Oh, now I also see this small icon of recording. Okay, so do you have some questions?
Uh-huh. Is it okay if I start asking?
Uh-huh. Yes.
My questions were actually mostly or only about the emotional people with emotional authority.
Uh-huh.
That case generators, but I don't know if that really matters.
Uh-huh.
It's mainly about the fact of having a defined solar plexus. And when you talk about the wave where there is no truth in the now, and especially when I had this graph in front of my eyes with the dots where you can spot where the person is on the wave, from the generator also through sounds. I just wondered, like, how can then ever be, in my imagination, a wave never stops. Do you see what I mean? I wonder where is that moment, like there is no ultimate truth then.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's how I took it, you know. Imagining a wave or a graph, that it might, the wave might kind of circle around a certain range, but that there is no fixed truth, you know. That's how I saw it. I don't know, can you say something to that?
Yeah. I already have the image of it's great. I do it here, and then I have the image of already improving the presentation, making things clear. Well, I'm in an ongoing improvement, insatiable improvement process. So basically, you know, you take like a ball, right? Take like a ball, yeah, either it's a tennis ball or a ball that bounces, and you kind of throw it high in the air and away from you. Yeah, and it bounces, it has the kinetic energy, and it bounces still high, and then it goes still low and lower and lower and lower, right? Yeah. Now again, in the case of a ball, it does stop. But if you'd draw a graph, you'd see that eventually they're coming like these small pounces. That's the clarity. Yeah. So if we take, I'm kind of giving images to that. So if you take a wave and you go into the sea and there is high waves, and then the wave crash, and then this it was enormous energy, and then again there is eventually, when you go where the beach, the sand is connected with the sea, with the water, there is the little waves, the ripples.
So the range of extremes kind of gets smaller.
That's it. That's so the clarity comes.
And that's where, sorry, I'm a bit getting excited maybe. That's why you also say that there is no 100% certainty as the range gets smaller, but it still is a range of up and down somehow. Is that somehow connected? I don't know.
I see two things. Yeah, and again, I just see them. I cannot experience anything from what I see, mechanics, and what I learn. This I can learn about the emotional people. But there, it's first of all, the wave also went to the pain of the low wave. Yeah, like it went down, and the person felt like, oh, I don't need to take this decision, I feel down, sad, whatever it means. Yeah, comes from the emotionality. So first of all, there's no clarity, there's no certainty, because the person experienced the high, great opportunity, great, but then the next day it went down, not good for me, and then again and up. This is one aspect, that he experienced also the downside of the wave. The second is that it's still a wave. It continues, so it still ripples. So there might be it's something that comes now, because mostly what I've heard and is being associated from experiencing high and low, pleasure and pain, that from these two perspectives, there is no certainty. But also this aspect of the wave still goes, kind of, it still ripples. It's like you said, it's not ending the wave. The wave is not ending. Does that answer the question?
Great, thank you.
And,
can I ask, there is another question, it's also connected to the emotional somehow. Can I ask that one as well? So, yeah. It was when I said, you asked me about Steve Jobs, and you asked what is his strategy, and I said waiting for the emotional clarity. Then you said, well, you kind of pointed out that in the first place it's waiting to respond, and then on top of that, waiting for emotional clarity, something might have gotten more clear for me now is that responding, like if you say waiting to respond, it doesn't mean, how can I say, okay, a response is unequal, is not equal an answer. Is that right? I don't know if I'm clear. So if for example an emotional person, an emotional generator waits to respond and responds to something, it still doesn't mean that, so that response is basically being open. And then what the answer is, as in yes or no or I don't know, is still another step, right?
Yeah. Can I try to answer that? So I'll if I understood what you're meaning is, again, you can respond to something that is not regarding a decision. There's no answer that needs to be given, but you do respond. Like I said, we respond to life. You respond to I respond to the sun outside. I respond to something I see on the, I go and I see the shops and something I respond to, you know, nice, interesting. Again, if I put words onto that, but we respond to something. You see a beautiful person, you see the smell doesn't smell well, and you respond to that, but there's no necessarily a decision to make about it. Yeah, does that clarify?
So there's two kinds of so basically responding is responding and not responding is what is constantly happening in life, right? And then the responding, which includes decision making, is basically another thing still, right? It's not the same. Okay, I think that's
on the surface level, it's not the same. Yeah, a mind says something needs to happen to them. Oh, the sacral response. It's for him. It's not. Yeah, a decision kind of moves us forwards. Let's say maybe towards something. The sacral, it's a stupid mechanism. It doesn't differentiate between, oh, I need to make a decision about that, or I go or just something I responded to because it's beautiful or ugly or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Now I see. So in a way, it's not at all different. I mean, if every step that, if every move, I don't know, if every step that we take is a response, then is in response, then there is no difference anymore.
there might be a difference, because again, decisions are something that we navigate through in life, or yeah, we have constant decisions, whether we turn left on the street, or whether we start a job, or whatever it is, or we wake up, is it time to wake up? There are a lot of decisions, yeah? So life is decision one after the other, and that's the sacral helps us navigate through these decisions. But the sacral also responds, yeah, to other things, and if we separate between them, yeah, and again, we so much cannot, but if we go to other types, so they also in a sense respond to life, but they don't have this mechanism, yeah, just kind of understanding the difference. But I won't go into that, but again, I will emphasize, maybe I talked about it in our last meeting, that there is movement, yeah, in your life, and decision making, yeah, like on your own, and decision making, sorry, in interaction with others as well. Like when you move in your life, and you're a sacral generator, sacral manifesting generator, so your body just guides you, and it's your sacral that guides you, yeah. Or if it's an emotional generator, they're being fed as well by their emotions, that's guiding them, even in the movement in the house, yeah, in the house when they're alone in the room, what to do, it's your body is guiding you there, yeah. So and then interaction with others, mainly it's about decisions, and as well as decisions that are relevant to yeah, you, for that sake, yeah, maybe you might even respond to move to another place, yeah, just hypothetically, but without being asked about it. The challenge in the beginning, and maybe later on, is that yeah, to differentiate or discern or experience that it's not from the mind. You might go and you see this sign, you know, this sign that is buy a house. You really have a heart to it, and you go buy this house eventually, yeah, just, and you might, but again, we can get the assistance of people, because the mind is so dominant, so we can be sure that it's coming from our sacral, just as an example. Yeah, hopefully this kind of helps you to understand that. And yeah, and the one thing that you did say, you kind of said the waiting for emotional clarity as regarding the emotional generator, and again, it's really emphasizing that it's really the waiting first, waiting to respond, because once you respond to something, again, as an emotional being, as an emotional generator, your wave starts moving from this response.
But it's I don't know, I'm just amazed. It seems I don't know what it seems like, very, I don't know, mysterious to me, that's why I have this shifting between I get it and then I don't get it. What you say first, waiting to respond, and then waiting for emotional clarity. Somehow it seems for me that anyway they must be riding on a wave then. So if they respond to something in their life or not has to do with their emotional wave also, no? You see what I mean? Like if I imagine an emotional generator being a surfer, well, they are riding on that wave. So this also determines what they meet or what they respond to. I don't know. Maybe I got it enough, but I don't understand it, and that's maybe okay.
yeah, it's is it okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it takes time, and again, well, both of us are not emotional. We can learn that. We can experience what does it mean. We can experience the amplified emotional energy, but we don't know this chemistry. It doesn't go through us constantly.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's not one experience for the emotional being. It rides different waves. Yeah, there might be different decisions, maybe not so much, but at one time, well, anyway, there's only one at one time, but you might respond to something and you rise this wave, and at another time another wave comes, another thing to decide. Yeah, maybe it's work and a place to live, so maybe it needs clarity about both. And so it's kind of surfing different waves at different time. But again, I don't know the experience of that to share. I cannot. But kind of as an image, this is something I have. That, like the example I said, that they might respond to, okay, now the wave is moving inside of them to, they respond to a job, and then someone asks them, yeah, would you like to go to the beach in the weekend? And then the wave kicks in there while the other wave is still going in. Yeah, it's still going inside. Maybe they're on the beach, they'll still, yeah, I don't know why I gave the beach, but it can even be like, yeah, I want to go to a summer house or whatever. And the other wave still is there. So there are kind of multiple waves in the experiment, in the experience in life, if that kind of more clarifies. And of course that this wave moves regularly, so they respond to something, and then they're on their own, and this thing that they responded to yesterday, they're still in their wave. And sometimes, by the way, the emotional people give reasons to this. Yeah, and so it's kind of, there's a whole kind of holistic view to that even when they're on their own, they are still the process is kicked in. So for an emotional being, let's say, if we take the racehorse or the runner in the hurdles, the opening, yeah, let's say there was a shot, or they said go, and or the gate was open, and they still need to wait for that thing to calm down. Yeah, not be excited and not turn it down, so they can move forward. Yeah, just kind of put other images on that. And again, this is more of a learning process, or again, if you're an emotional person, and an experience process to really also recognize. And it's not a mental thing, and sometimes, by the way, we as an open with open solar plexus, we might feel that, and we want to bring the emotional people into a certain place. Oh, don't be sad now, don't be this now, don't be, but it's their chemistry. And they, by the way, they try to do it as well. So they may experience their down, and and they blame it on their relationship or their job. So they might quit because they're down in the wave. Just kind of giving more feed on this emotionality, because it's a new concept. It's like Ra was referring to it. It's not like a woman has menstruation, so she quits her job or she leaves the relationship. Women know and are aware of this menstruation and what it brings. Same with the emotionality. Yeah, but what people are doing, they take this, and I'm talking about emotional people, they take this energy and they give it reasons, and then they make decisions from it. That's the important thing to look. And by the way, when you meet emotional people, and why there's no truth in the now, just because they weren't given the awareness to that. They were like, hey, what's going on? maybe even how are you feeling, how are you feeling? Yeah, maybe do you want to share how you feel? Maybe it's relevant, yeah, if it generates an emotional response, but it's just giving words to an experience. And again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. If it's right to talk about it, whatever it is, but no, I should. But it's not about I should quit this job because I feel low. Just go to sleep. Talk to you tomorrow. I'm kind of, and I did it, by the way, with emotional people. Well, we can talk tomorrow, okay? Let's see how you feel tomorrow. Yeah, so it's kind of that. And by the way, you can see it with emotional people that come to you, and you might, they're angry in the moment, and yeah, they also haven't learned differently, So once you're rooted in your own place, your own strategy and authority, you might see that they come next day and they're all calm down, and if you. And it's amazing to see it because it really helps to just accept the other beings as they are. Did you have do you have more questions about that?
No, thank you.
Yeah, and here I put like I have 2 slides. I put the charts you put, just so you can already like if you look, you want to look at it for a moment?
Can I suggest something before?
Would you like to?
Yeah, I need to pee. Can we take 2 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so see you in a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.